Well, you could say they got him. Ooh, even the lighting in here is slightly spooky enough to make you have some chills about what I'm about to tell you. I don't know anything. What the hell do I know? I'm not like well connected in that kind of thing. He is dead though. The weird thing about this is that it was kind of like when it was all coming into fruition, it's like, oh, he's going to testify, he's going to name, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people were thinking, oh, he's going to get got. I don't think anyone's expecting him to actually get got. You know, when you get got. Because we don't really, well, we haven't before lived in a here and now time. And what I mean is, all these sort of conspiratorial things, that weird things that happen, happened a long time ago, and we sort of look back on them and go, well, this happened and this happened, and saying, wasn't that a bit weird? Ooh, like that. Saying, oh, look at connecting the dots and going, oh, and then this happened. Saying, oh, he was connected to this, and his death was all mysterious. But this, literally, the day it happened, it's gone rampant. Now, look, this article was talking about, Jeffrey Epstein. Is it Epstein or Epstein? How do we do this? I'll call him Epstein. How conspiracy theories spread after financier's death. Obviously, this is the BBC, and the BBC don't want to entertain conspiracy theories. So I'm just putting my stuff out of my pocket that I should have done before I start recording. They don't want to entertain that. They don't want to be seen as some sort of loon bag establishment. Now, me and conspiracy theories have had a merry dance for years. 10 years ago, I'd have been all for everything. I mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they done it. Yeah, that's right. It was a cover-up. Yeah, it was an inside job. Blah, 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 blah. But then as I've researched more and, got a bit nuanced in my views, I reached a stage where I was like totally against all conspiracy theories. I was like, nah, it's distracted you from everything that's going on. But now I'm kind of like, okay. Because this is one of those things that's like, okay. Because people are sort of losing their shit a little bit because the circumstances around it are just stupid. It's just stupid. And when you have those sort of circumstances, being taken off suicide watch, day later dead, these kind of things just fuel that fire. And the problem is that there's this history with anyone sort of connected to the Clintons that seem to die. They seem to die in like weird ways, just weird deaths. Just suddenly they're dead. It's like, oh, they're dead, are they? You can just look this stuff up, and people are sort of thinking because of his connection to Bill Clinton, who flew on his private jet about 27 times or 28 times, it's been reported. So they're sort of thinking, oh, okay, you've got dirt on Bill. And obviously Bill Clinton, hasn't got the best track record when it comes to, how he likes to pursue women. So in everyone's mind, it was like, well, if there is this nonce island with nubile young girls, Bill probably might be one of the people that was down for visiting. I think it's safe to assume that that's the thought process, and everyone sort of thinks it. So there you go, my friend. It's just too many dots getting connected. There's the problem, and you can't poo-poo conspiracy theories. You can't just go, oh, it's just a conspiracy theory. No, don't be ridiculous. The world doesn't like that. It's like, bro, come on. Stuff does happen. If you're powerful and connected, who knows what you're capable of and what you might do to protect the bag, man. But let's see what they say about him. Just hours after the high-profile financier Jeffrey Epstein was found dead on Saturday, unsubstantiated theories about his death began to gain traction online. Yeah, unsubstantiated theories, but that's why they're called theories. But unsubstantiated, I don't know. When weird circumstances happen, you do have to go, what was that all about then? Saying, my spider senses are tingling me. I think this is a bit weird. Well, what do you expect people to think when the circumstances are released and it's like, oh really? A high-profile person with high-profile friends, and apparently there's like records He's got records, and he videoed people doing this shit they was doing. You know, I don't want to go too into the wording of it, but you know, little girls, businessmen. Enough said, isn't it? Just nasty. Epstein, who was set to stand trial on sex trafficking and conspiracy charges, killed himself in his jail cell in New York. Ah, well, here's a fit where this is your theory about him killing himself, isn't it? Because let's face it, you weren't there. Wait, you weren't there. Has it been verified that this is suicide? Has the inquest been completed? You know, you're just going, he killed himself. Did you see? Because he gets taken off suicide watch. The camera doesn't work. It's just all too weird, isn't it? It's like, oh my god, maybe there are out. Like, it's like, shit, really? But you're like, no, he definitely killed himself. Well, there's no video. I'm not saying, he was murdered. I'm just saying, you can't go throwing around unsubstantiated theories when your theory is just what you've been told. Always believe what you're told, dear. He was accused of running a vast network of underage girls for sex and pleaded not guilty to the charges last month. I mean, that alone is like, how do you get into that and just be like, you know what I'm going to do? I love having sex with underage girls. I'm going to be the ringmaster for it because I love it that much. I'm so dedicated to this cause. I'm going to be the ringmaster for all my filthy friends to have fun on my weird island. You know? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's mind-blowing that the girls would be coerced to go to, like, a rape island. Can you imagine that? It's like, you wake up the next day and go, oh my god, I was taken to a rape island yesterday, and I was raped on a rape island. Like, just process that for a second. That's, like, mind-blowing. I think before you even, obviously, you're going to be quite distressed about the whole situation. I don't think that needs to be said, does it, really? But I think at first you'd be like, possibly going, Jesus, I went to billionaire's rape island. What was that all about? The 66-year-old was known to court famous friends and acquaintances. President Donald Trump. See, a lot of them have been putting Donald Trump's photo in when they're talking about the conspiracy. Media are sly, man. They'll talk about the conspiracy, saying, oh, there's conspiracies around it, and they put in photos of him and Donald Trump. Whereas it's like, it's Bill Clinton who's sort of on the radar more, because apparently Donald Trump used his jet. Was on his jet once, so I've heard. I'm not saying this is the designated rape jet, but I think that's what people are trying to say. So Donald Trump, President Clinton, and the UK's Prince Andrew. Now, if you like, out of those three, the top two are definitely Bill Clinton and Prince Andrew. Some of his pals, and there's always been stories about Prince Andrew. And I tell you what, there's conspiracy theories about Prince Andrew, which are just mind-blowing. Well, the funny ones, like the London Bridge attacks or the Paris attacks. I remember seeing some bin man talking about it on a video, going, hey, stay woke. He was like, stay awake. He was saying stuff's about to come out about Prince Andrew, then all these people get murdered. It's like, look, Jeffrey Epstein getting murdered in his cell in weird circumstances. I can believe that conspiracy. But orchestrating a massacre in Paris to keep Prince Andrew from being the focus of attention, I really don't buy that one, I'm afraid, my son. Anyway, some of his powerful associates have been embroiled in the allegations against him, which has only served to fuel conspiracy theories and misinformation. Yeah, that's right, misinformation. You wouldn't catch the BBC doing that. Many rumours have centred on what politicians may have known about Epstein's alleged crimes, whether some may have wanted him dead. There is absolutely no evidence to suggest this was the case, and yet the hashtag Epstein murder trended worldwide on Saturday. Well, a lot of stuff that is unsubstantiated trends on Twitter. Like, you're talking about a hashtag. This is where we are. It's like a hashtag starts going viral, and everyone's like, God, it's madness. Like, it's you journalists who put your finger into the wind because you're so lazy, and you're like going, oh, what's Twitter saying? Well, apparently everyone doesn't like this when it's just a very vocal minority of lunatics, and you say, well, that's the way things are, that's the feeling of the people, without actually going out into the streets and speaking to people, because you're too busy being an asshole, you know? I mean, it's like, what the fuck, what the fuck are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? You know? What are you up to? What are you up to, bruh? You know, no evidence to suggest this was the case. Yes, well, we've all seen well-done murders in murder TV shows, okay? To look like, it wasn't a murder, and this is the kind of thing that would happen, so I don't see what you're talking about. Joke images and memes suggesting everything from a fake suicide to an orchestrated hit job were shared thousands of times throughout the day. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube were rife with unfounded theories. See, they're really trying to hammer it home about unfounded theories about what may have happened to the financier. This wild speculation was not confined to a fringe minority, far from it. Politicians and high-profile journalists also stoked rampant speculation at a time when little information was publicly available. MSNBC host Joe Scarborough tweeted, a guy who had information that would have destroyed rich and powerful men's lives ends up dead in a jail cell. How predictably Russian. Oh my God. So pathetic. Like, the guy you're not going to point your finger at is Donald Trump. He's not the murder guy, because I don't think he'd care. He'd probably own it. I mean, he seems to own everything else, so I think he'd just own it. He's like, I'm not a paedophile. Even after he's on video like R. Kelly pissing a 14-year-old, he'd be like, nah, that's not me. Saying, no. I mean, someone from MS. Oh, God. How very Russian. And as a high-profile journalist, you shouldn't be writing toss like that. There's some of us can do whatever we want, but we're not in certain positions where you shouldn't be doing that kind of thing. Do you understand me? This is why you're a joke. Okay? It's like this is a certain tact. You're not if you're a primary school teacher, okay, you're a primary school teacher, you don't pose on Instagram with your twat out, do you? It's just not what you do. It's just not the dumb thing. You're a policeman. You don't put a video up of yourself snorting rails off a prostitute. It's just not the dumb thing, is it? Not everyone can do what they want. You choose the position, and therefore you must maintain. Fucking idiots. What a lot of us want to know is, what did he know? He told reporters. How many other millionaires and billionaires? Oh, sorry, New York Mayor. I missed that. Bill de Blasio said it was way too convenient. Questions like these alluded without evidence to a malevolent conspiracy and fed the feverish speculation on social media. The thing is, before it happened, everyone thought it was going to happen. This is the thing. Everyone thought it was going to happen. Because the Clintons are involved, and I was like, okay, he's going to die. And he did. And it might not be a murder. It might be a whole situation. The Godfather Part 2. I can't remember the character, but he's the one that turns snitch. It's very similar. And Robert Duvall. I can't remember what was his name in it. I've forgotten all the characters' names. Well, anyway, he goes to see him in jail, and he's like, they're talking sort of. What's the word? We're talking with a lot of insinuation, and they basically decide that he should, in order to, save face and do something good for the family, he should just kill himself. So it might be that kind of situation going, look, Jeff, you're not going to get yourself off the hook that easily. Do the honourable thing and just kill yourself. We didn't want to go to your rape island, but you were too convincing, Jeff. You really, you put pressure on us. It was peer pressure for us to become disgusting rapists. It was you, Jeff, so you should just kill yourself, pal. Maybe it was like that. Questions like these alluded without evidence, blah, blah, blah. Further rumours centred on how a man who was found semi-conscious and with injuries to his neck just weeks earlier was able to take his own life. Well, yes. Initial reports said Epstein was placed on suicide watch after the incident in July, which led many people to ask how he could have died while being so closely monitored. What does the word watch mean in the phrase suicide watch, tweeted President Trump's personal lawyer Rudy Giuliani, who was watching. He then said it was inconceivable Epstein could have taken his own life under those circumstances. Yeah, he didn't say it didn't happen. He said it's inconceivable. I think they're talking about, it doesn't, that's not even necessarily someone saying it was an inside job, or it was like, it's not necessarily someone saying, oh, this was a conspiracy of murder, covered up as a suicide. Could be like calling out the prison system, going, it's inconceivable how you could let this happen. It's mind-boggling how you could let this happen to someone so high profile as well. How you could drop the ball so badly that the day after you take him off suicide watch and the camera breaks and now he's dead. Do you know what I mean? It's better to believe a conspiracy theory than it is to believe complete incompetence. And I say that a lot about a lot of theories out here that I don't think are true at all. And I'm like, wouldn't it be easier if we could just blame incompetence? Like when they say like the police are racist and stuff, I think it sort of makes us feel more comfortable in a very strange way that the police would be institutionally racist than to go, do you know what? They're just not very good at their job. Because being, a racist system, and the Windrush thing as well, all these different things, even Grenfell Towers, it's kind of makes us feel more at ease to say that there is a racist system in place because these are the people in charge, and therefore it's like it makes us feel better that someone is sort of taking responsibility and has some sort of efficiency, rather than, oh, everyone's just an idiot. The people in charge aren't very good at what they do, and these are the people we have to rely on. It sort of makes us feel very uncomfortable. Like finding out your mother's a raging heroin addict. And it's like, and left you at a bus stop once, or tried to sell you at a bus stop. And like going, oh. It's like, I'm just not a very good mother. And it's like, oh, I thought you hated me. No, I'm just terrible. Like, oh, I kind of preferred it when I thought you hated me. At least that, meant that you felt something. But prison officials later said Epstein had actually been taken off suicide watch prior to his death, which makes it even weirder. Because then he killed himself. It's like, you've been taken off suicide watch. Well, I don't think you should have, should you? Conspiracy theories then began to focus on why the decision was made. The speculation as to the case throughout Saturday appeared to shift and change with the few concrete details that were released. Perhaps the most far-fetched conspiracy theories were pegged to the hashtags Clinton body count and Trump body count. Yeah, the Clinton body count is a real thing. I've never heard of a Trump body count at all. Which both trended on Twitter over the weekend. So they had to put the Trump body count in there as if that's a legitimate one. Clinton body count is a real thing. It's like, there's a lot of bodies, none of them proven, but it's like, a lot of people seem to die around you. It's very suspicious. Unless it's like, like the bird out of Murder She Wrote, because everywhere she went, someone died. Someone got murdered, and she solved the murder. It's like going, maybe this woman's a fantasist serial killer and frames people so she can write another book. She's doing all the killing. The first was primarily used by conservatives to suggest the former first couple, Bill and Hillary Clinton, were linked to Epstein's death. No, it's not exclusive to conservatives or anything like that. It's exclusive to people. It's just people. There's just a lot of people who go, they're some shady motherfuckers, those two. The Clintons are just proper shady. They're just shady characters, power-hungry lunatics. The latter, perhaps predictably, was used by liberals who speculated that Mr. Trump was somehow involved. Neither side had any evidence to work with. Yeah, but come on. You happily push the whole Russiagate thing, but pushing Russian collusion. But this, there's the evidence surrounding Russian collusion was all speculation. But this is speculation. But this is speculation where you just whiff and go, oh God, that stinks of something bad. The basis theory of the Clintons' involvement harks back to a long-running feud. Sorry, I missed the top of that. Long-running. Sorry. Anyway, there is no evidence. Sorry, I've totally lost it here. You've probably given up watching by this point. Right? There is no evidence whatsoever to suggest an outside person ordered Epstein's death, and certainly no evidence whatsoever that Bill Clinton was the person. Obviously, Dylan Matthews wrote in Vox this week, Mr. Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to in a Florida in Florida years ago, or those with which he has been recently charged in New York, his spokesman, Angel Uranus, said. Well, if Dylan Matthews in Vox and his spokesperson both say that he knows nothing about this and there's no evidence, well, what do you know about the fucking evidence, for starters? And, of course, his spokesperson's going to say, no, of course he doesn't know anything about it. It's like, what are you talking about? There's no evidence. What, have you got exclusive access to the evidence? A guy that writes for Vox. You can't even research. How are you going to be allowed to have evidence? Can I just look at the evidence, please? What, you want evidence? You write for Vox. What do you want evidence for, you idiot? That's not your thing. But Mr. Trump was quick to pour fuel on the flames. He shared a tweet from Terrence Williams, a comedian and Trump supporter, that alleged Epstein had information on Bill Clinton and now he's dead. It's just pure trolling. There's no evidence to support this, but the tweet has since been shared more than 5,000 times. The news, even the BBC, what do you mean? Of course the BBC the same. News outlets just rinse speculation. As soon as something really bad happens, they will speculate about everything. Jesus, they'll speculate about what sex a royal baby will be. Going, well, if it's a girl, this will probably happen, and if it's a boy, this will probably happen. You speculate about terrorist attack happening, and saying, well, we're trying to assume, we think it might be Al Qaeda, but what if it's not Al Qaeda? It could be this. Or what the Skripals were poisoned in Salisbury. The speculation about what the different scenarios created of how it could have happened. That's all fucking speculation. Speculation. Piecing together what could have happened is kind of how you build a case and try to gather evidence. You don't just go out and go, well, I need some evidence. What do I find? I don't know. Well, what could have happened? Let's play the scenario over and let's see if we can find anything that fits that and then find some more pieces to put together. Did you not know anything about how to do this? My goodness, and you're writing about it? Shut up. Our theories and tidbits of information have been easier to disprove. For example, a photo that appeared to show Mr. Trump kissing the head of his daughter Ivanka while standing next to Epstein has been exposed as a fake. The 1993 photograph has been manipulated to include Epstein, the Associated Press reported last month. And that photo is really poorly done. You need to mention that. It's not very good. Similarly, after Epstein's arrest on the 6th of July, some social media users shared a false claim that the prosecutors had struck a secret plea deal with the financier under the administration of President Barack Obama in order to protect his fellow Democrat, Mr. Clinton. That theory resurfaced on Saturday. But the deal, which allowed Epstein to plead guilty to lesser charges, was actually finalized before Mr. Obama took office under the administration of George W. Bush, Labor Secretary. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Meanwhile, some politicians and journalists have urged people to exercise caution, given the sheer quantity of misinformation online. As Epstein conspiracy theories abound, remember this is about partisan politics and broader loss of confidence in government. When I was in the Middle East, the former conspiracy theory capital, that was the fuel. Folks didn't trust authorities, so assumed a plot behind every event. Yes, we don't trust the authorities. The immediate rush to spread conspiracies theories about someone on the other side of a partisan divide illustrates why our society is so vulnerable to foreign disinformation. Oh, here we go. Do you know what's so good about that? It's like the immediate rush to spread conspiracy theories on the other side of the partisan divide is why our society is so vulnerable to foreign disinformation. But even that's a conspiracy theory of foreign disinformation that Russia is constantly trying. That's an actual theory, not of proof. Like that Russia is the one. So that's a good. It's going. We don't need. Yeah, I've got a conspiracy theory about why conspiracy theories are being pushed. CNN presenter Jim Scuto, reflecting on his time working in the Middle East, said, "Remember this about partisan politics. When I was there, folks didn't trust authorities, so soon." Yeah. I might just read that same bit. Well, I mean, that's that, isn't it? But, I'm telling you, everyone just thought this is what was going to happen. So, like, not everyone, but like everyone who knows. It was just it was so predictable, and it actually happened. It's like, oh my god, that actually happened. I thought I was just joking. He was just joking about it, and it's happened. That's why when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, it actually happened. That's so weird. So, it's going to get more interesting. That's why I'd say, just follow the actual case. And not like all the lunacy that surrounds it, because obviously the conspiracy theories are going to go way. I mean, look on YouTube. I'm guaranteeing there's going to be some really wacky ones, involving, Jewish spiders and all kinds of shit. Let's stick to what we're being told, and we have to sort of sift through that, because obviously mainstream outlets are not very good. I mean, I was even watching the BBC, how they were just speculating and throwing Donald Trump into there. That's right. Oh no, it was Sky News. What's the fucking difference? I was like, God, this is just, this is mainstream news, is it? Fuck me. Terrifying, isn't it?